Hey everybody, this is a look at LEGO Collectible Minifigures Series 9 from the year 2013. First on the list is the waiter here, who came with an exclusive print on the wine bottle there showing some grapes, and he had this very nice oval-shaped serving platter with an anti-stud on the base of it so that he could hold it with one hand like that, and you can balance something on top of it, but there's nothing on top to connect anything to, so that really did have to be a balancing act. The print, I think, for the torso looks fine. Let me take this out of the way so you can see that a little bit more clearly. And the hairpiece works really well with his overall style. And he's got the gloves on, hence the white hands. No print on the back here, no alternate face, but I think a pretty good start to the series. The Cyclops is something entirely different, mostly olive color and a little bit of sand blue there that's painted onto the legs, and also the hips are done in sand blue. It's an entirely new mold for the head, which looks really good, I think. I think the print on the torso is okay, but I like the print of the belt more than the torso, the actual chest print that's on there. Around the back, this one does have some print here, which also looks pretty appropriate. Now the face underneath of there is interesting because, you know, it's actually a minifig head beneath there, just a regular style of minifig head, and it shows a bit of a different expression. Plus, there's an alternate expression you can get with this guy by turning the head around. So there's just one eye, but it's a completely different look like this, and when you put the full head back on, it changes how he looks there as well. So it kind of comes through. Interestingly enough, this looks more angry, or at least suspicious. The Hollywood Starlet here is very nice. I like figures in general that come with the light aqua color. They just really stand out, and if the print goes with it well, it can be a very successful look. Now this one has kind of a glittery look to it, like sequins on the dress, and they actually use black dots along the sides and then go with metallic silver in the center. So it kind of looks like she has a little bit more shape going around this way than is actually there. There's a little bit of an illusion. She has a gold medal of some sort that she has been awarded, and that hairpiece was quite nice and quite useful. Good to see that continuing to be used a little bit these days. No alternate face for this one. The official name of this character is the Heroic Knight, and though he's based on just grays for the color scheme, with also some silver there, it's like the medium silver, not the brightest color, they got a lot of detail into this thing. I mean, the molds are the molds, you know, the shapes of things, but all the printing that they got in there for such a simple scheme, I think looks really good. And if you put a gray face underneath of there, or a gray head, then this can look like just a statue or just something that's on display. It looks very collectible, as something that somebody would have in their house, you know, just over on the side up against the wall. And the print on the breastplate, the chest plate, is also very nice with some white in there. And you can bring this up, and you can see that he's very proud of himself. And if I actually take that off entirely, you can see his face just a little bit better. No alternate face for this one. It would have been cool to see like a beaten up, bruised one. No print on the torso beneath the armor. The name of this one is Roman Emperor. No particular name or anything. They didn't want to reference anything too specific from history, but I think you can definitely give him a name. That's an exclusive printed tile that he comes with, the scroll there, and I think this one is printed pretty well. Across the entire front of it, I like the gold application. The around the sandals, or whatever kind of, what are you called, those shoes that they used back then, the lines don't line up all that well, unfortunately, at the corners. But this has a nice paint application going around the bow that goes around the hairpiece, that goes all the way around, and that looks very, very nice. And you can see everything for his face here, no alternate face. The Policeman is an interesting inclusion into this series because LEGO makes so many policemen in just the regular city line. But I think this is the first time that they introduced this new hat piece, the more detailed, more realistic one. And it also has a nice print on it with two colors applied. So you've got the black that's applied there and also the gold. The piece itself is dark blue. It also has a very nice badge, which is a printed 1x2 tile piece, and of course it came with handcuffs. The print on the front is pretty good as well, and the face is serious enough but friendly enough. So I think it was done well. I don't know if the Collectible Minifigure series needed to have a modern day policeman when there were so many in just the regular city series. Chicken Suit Guy was the token guy in a suit or costume for this series. It's a pretty good one and was pretty well liked. Those were new arms that were molded specifically for this character. A little bit simple around the back. The legs are done in the orangish yellow color, and just a little bit of printing for the toes, and this was all one piece that could be removed here, so you could have just a regular head. It's nice that he was not sweating under there. You know, some of these suits are very hot for the poor minifigures, so they end up sweating very, very badly, but this guy is just pretty happy as he is. This is Roller Derby Girl, and the thing that stands out most about this one to me is the use of the dark azure color, which is pretty striking and I think was pretty new at this time as well. Has good printing on the arms. That's nice to see. The print on the main torso and on the legs are forgettable in my opinion. Notice it's almost blended in there, but she does have the black roller skates on. And the nice thing about these is that they had anti-studs on the undersides, so you could easily just attach that to a base like this. They weren't very visible in the black color, but are a very useful piece. And I actually, out of all the prints here, I like most the face and the helmet as well. In the cards for us next is the Fortune Teller, who was a very intricate figure with the prints especially, and also that hairpiece. Look at that hairpiece. That's all one thing. It's molded in black, and then they have the gold that's printed on the front, and it also has the sash, and that's all just a print for the purple color there. This came with 2 cards, so the castle that's being assaulted by, or a castle in the storm there, I guess is what that is. And then over here is the sun, and the print on her dress down here, that slope piece, is really magnificent. That's really, really nice to see. And the print for the torso, I think, just doesn't quite do justice to the print down below. Really would have been nice to get some print on the sides here also, but yeah, this just has so much going on for it that I think it's pretty good. And even with no print on the back whatsoever, the hairpiece just gives you so much visual presence here. You know, it's just a real treat to see. And there's just a little bit more to see for her eyebrows, and no alternate face for this one. Here's the judge, and he had a few very interesting things that came with him. First of all, the gavel was a very nice realistic design. Secondly, the wig is pretty intricate. Has a lot of fine detailing in it, a lot of texture, and that's actually a rubbery piece rather than plastic, and it fits around pretty nicely. And thirdly, his robe. It's a different cut of cloth piece, and to really see everything I need to pull this off so you can see the face of the guy much more clearly there. No alternate and no print on the back of the torso, but this robe is just nicely cut there, and you have to pull that up in order to be able to see the full print down below for his torso on the front, which is actually pretty good as well. This is the Alien Avenger, and when you look at his face, see, he looks like he would be from an alien society that was relatively, savage and primitive, and yet he's got this suit on that's pretty fancy and it's technologically advanced. It almost looks like he might have stolen that suit or something. Just the face of the guy doesn't really go with the look of everything else to me. Now, the green that shows up for his arms appears to be his skin tone. So it looks like he has gloves on, but just a short sleeve shirt beneath this and no armor for his arms. It's just an interesting mix of things. There's a better look at the entire face for this one. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of depth in the printing there. And there's a lot of print on the torso of this one as well. This could have been done just like this, or maybe that works as well. I feel like the armor piece is just an extra bonus almost, because this this is good enough to have been sold as a figure just like that. Or if they gave him a hairpiece or something, some weird spiky hair, or maybe a mohawk, I think would have worked with this guy. In stark contrast, the Mermaid is very, very graceful. It's such a flowing design to everything here. The hairpiece just really flows down around her shoulders. The shape of the waist comes out and then continues on to this scaled area. There's just so much kinetic movement to the design here. It's really nice. It has a lot of metallic print on it. It's that bright metallic silver. Came with the starfish as well. And just the shape of the mermaid half itself, that mold, is something that they should definitely keep around. And they have. They've used it quite a number of times by now. There's just a little bit better look at the full torso print. Nothing on the back, but doesn't really need it. As a fan of futuristic sci-fi, I was a big fan of this battle mech character when it first came out, and I still am. It has really nice printing on that pretty well detailed armor piece, and the helmet especially has, you know, two colors applied to it in very nice ways, and I appreciate how the helmet is shaped around the back. You know, they easily could have just gone much simpler back there, but they didn't, and I just like it. I appreciate the additional effort that wasn't necessary. This armor piece would be used in Galaxy Squad, and you can attach things to those bars there. That's very useful. I really appreciate pieces that can be used for additional things. Most of the time you wouldn't see most of the print on the head. It's hidden, but there is more there. That's cool. That's a cool look just by itself. And there's more print on the torso as well. So if you take the armor piece off, there's just so much going on with this figure. They cleverly called this one Mr. Good and Evil, obviously trying to be a Dr. Jekyll kind of thing with a little bit of transformation into Mr. Hyde going on, but lots of printing on this one, lots of expressiveness. He did come with that accessory, which is good. The tears are occurring all along the side of the body there. Also printing on the top hat. That is, yeah, that's a lot of work that went into this one to make this a good collectible figure. I like this. It's not my type of genre of stuff that I'm generally interested in, but I can appreciate good work. Even more print that's normally a little bit hidden by the top hat. That's good. I like that. No print, no additional print around the back. It would have been nice to have something back there, but it doesn't disappoint me as much as it does on some figures here, because the front is just so good. The Forest Maiden is like an unlicensed Tolkien elf character. Really nice print for the bow there. A very nice hairpiece, and this one had good prints on the front as well, especially for the torso and somewhat for the dress, the lower slope piece as well. So much texture in that hair. You know, there's some real depth to it. Some hair pieces can be large and have kind of larger shapes, but they tend to have detail at the ends, but not all down the center. So this one just has a lot of depth. That's a little extra good to me. And of course I have to take that off so you can see the print on the torso a little bit better. Maybe a little bit simplistic, but I think it goes with the overall style that's really established by the shield here. And the hairpiece is actually rubbery as well. So that's a little bit flexible because it has these thinner areas, so it holds on very well. And the last figure in this series is the Plumber. You know, he's pretty straightforward, and Lego has done just millions of these overall prints. This one is, you know, it's better, it's more detailed than the normal ones have been in the past, and even ones beyond this, I think, were not more detailed than it. But the coolest thing here, well, first of all, you've got that cap, which is a nice design, but certainly the plunger is the highlight of this, and just brings so much personality. It brings so much personality to the figure to me. And this actually has a rubbery, like a stiff silicone rubber end to it, so it makes it feel realistic. That's molded onto a hard plastic, you know, handle to the whole thing, which is done in the medium or medium dark flesh color, so it looks like it's a wooden handle. And I think this guy is just great because he looks good, you know, objectively, just the level of detail and everything, and the production of the plunger, but also the fact that you can just put him into any kind of situation. You know, he'll fit in with sci-fi. He can be the plumber at the futuristic space base. He can be in just a regular city, you know, rural, urban settings. He just goes well pretty much anywhere. So these three here end up being my personal favorites from this series. I just think they stand out really well, and each one is done well for what it is. But obviously there were plenty of figures in this series that were done really, really well for what they were. So let me know in a comment what your three favorites are, what your top picks would be from this series here, just based on your own thoughts. You know, leave mine behind, forget about my opinions, just share what you think. Also, if you have any thoughts on the series on the whole, I'd be interested to hear that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this look at LEGO Series 9 Collectible Minifigures, and I'll talk to you again very soon.